Good morning, everyone. Today is the 11th of January, Wednesday, 2017, and just kind of watching the market here. Um, my bias is to the long side just because this thing dropped 3 days in a row, and typically I call it a pity bounce, but I think there's a chance of this thing might bounce today, and so I'm kind of looking into buying around maybe 8:30 or so because yesterday this where kind of where's there's where I got jigged out yesterday, and I wasn't really anticipating the market to drop, but I guess it is what it is. So you can only speculate, but it doesn't guarantee you anything. So, but what gives me a better feel today of going long is because of if you go back to the daily here. So this is a daily chart right here. As you can see, around when price is trading around this level, you can see it rallied from 50.81 to about $54. So I'm expecting that you still got buyers here, and that's why this thing is kind of bouncing. And as you can see yesterday, it um it closed right above this one right here. So I still consider this as support. So I'm actually that's why my bias is long. So anyways, now is that gonna happen on this candle? One way to find out, right? Is take a trade. So we'll see. All right. Well, I'll pause the video. In the meanwhile, I'll come back. Okay, guys. I'm really close within the striking distance of my entry here. I might just if it doesn't, sometimes it just goes 46, a few ticks from where you are, and normally it it will do that sometimes. So looking at the higher time frame, there's levels that this thing might hit. So I think I'm gonna move my stop now. There's no point of taking a loss on this one here. See the low of this 38. So at least I can lock in 20 ticks here. Was not successful on the past few the last few entries just because actually it's about I got yeah, I might let this thing dance around. At least I'll put it below this area here at let me see, let me try to find a place, a good spot for this. Yeah, I think that would be okay. So anyways, just cannot get the direction this morning. I got chopped up again, but like I mentioned, this thing was actually the direction would be up, so I might just flatten it. It's really close, 47. I really want to hit that target, and I got this 123 offer that's helping me out right here. Um, and right now I'm reading the tape. 46 is what's getting hit, so they're just these guys are selling to the 47s are selling to 46. Let's see, let's bring the tape right here, maybe get you some. So you see 46 getting hit right there, and spread is just a penny, you know what I mean? So it just keeps going 46, 47, 46. So you got orders right here that's waiting to be filled, and look at that, it went up one tick higher. So now so you see that there was a 4 offer on there and dropped out. Now look, it's getting bid up. It's what's happening. So and I wish there's a way to slow this down, but that's kind of what I mean when I say the tape is going crazy. And so as you can see, it went to 49. So let's see, and now you got stacks of orders of 100 in quantity, and normally this I'm gonna flatten it right here. All right, so far I was able to capture. Watch, it'll hit my target. It'll be just crazy, but it just, as you can see, there's filling in there, and then there's this huge momentum candle just ran up. So yesterday, this is kind of what I was wanting to happen, but yesterday, right at the open, it stopped me out. And then actually went down in price. So anyway, so you saw that 46 and 47 was just getting filled, and then it just broke a little bit, like what, two ticks, 2 pennies from that 46, 47 area, and suddenly, like, look, it dropped out now. Um, normally the mentality of institution is that they'll rack up all their contracts right here and they'll run it up, and so so they'll just you know keep the tick. They're gonna keep bidding it up as they're selling all the way up here, and then they're selling to you through retailers who doesn't know any better, thinking, oh, it's going up, so some of these guys are gonna start chasing price, and next thing you know, somebody who's very late to the party, would buy into here, having the fear of missing out, and and then look, this price gets slammed down. Next thing you know, you're trapped. So anyhow, so this area now tells me that there's actual buyers that's coming in here. Now, is that going to revisit that price all the way down there? I highly doubt it. I think there's still a leg up to this thing here, just because if you look at the daily price itself would tell you, I mean, um, it's a I'm not sure if I can call it classic, but you may want to do a study on this. Like every time there's a third bar, it seems like it just bounces every time it happens. And a good example of that is this right here. So you have 3 bars, and suddenly you got a reversal, right? So what's going in my favor as far as justifying what direction to take is, first of all, if you just focus on these price right here, like I said, price originated there and it rallied all the way to 55. So you had a $4 move. Okay, so it came down, didn't really quite visit that area, and then you see aggressive buyers start coming in, trying to bring the price up, and then so it just kind of meanders here. And at the same token, you got sellers right here. Let me just put a rectangle. So you got sellers right here, just because every time the price goes over here, it gets knocked down, and then see there's another attempt to come up, and then just quickly gets knocked down. So, and if you're just trying to catch 10 cents or 20 cents, this would be quick, just because of the fact that, um, the price is, you're on the right side of the boat in a way. So, and yep, sure did. Went to 51. See, the high of this guy right here is 51, so my target would have been hit. I just got impatient and I settled for 47. So it's okay. That's what, 3 ticks that I lost. So that's and I'm okay with that. I can live with that. So at the same time, if you were to break it down in 1 minute, so now we're looking at 1 minute chart. You see this thing started coming up, and then next thing you know, it got slammed down, right? And then suddenly this thing started going up here again, and so you can expect sellers to, when they see this bar right here, just took out 3 candles in a row, almost, or at least 2 candles in a row. It took out 2, 3 candles in a row. Institution doesn't put stop loss order. They just, okay, well, I got this, might signal a downtrend. So if they have multiple contracts, which I'm pretty sure they do, they'll probably lessen their contract size right here and start unloading here to reduce their risk. So in case it reverses all the way down, then at least they're, buy high, sell low, right? So at this portion, they'll realize, okay, well, this thing might come down in price, so let me unload some here, and then risk the rest of my contract. So anyways, that's just kind of the mentality that I think they have, because otherwise, why are a big institution always a big institution? So to me, they must have they must have some control of the market, especially the guys with big pockets. You know, they're gonna tell you exactly where the price is going to go. So, so my job is to follow that, but or at least try to figure out where it's going so I can follow it. I think that's the biggest thing for at least when I started doing this, that was my. I mean, even now, you saw my loss yesterday, so so sorry. You saw my loss yesterday. You know, even now, once in a while, I'm gonna get the direction wrong. So so I mean that's okay. I mean, you're not gonna be a winner every day, but if you study your charts every day, I'm convinced that something is gonna click. You know what I mean? So anyhow, that's all the lesson I'm gonna. I think I could talk about. Just ran out of thoughts, I guess. But okay, well, I'll pause the video and I'll come back. Okay, so just while I look for another entry here, I really want to get back in, see if I can ride the 45s. But anyhow, let's look at other markets. So as you can see, right now, this thing seems to have finding support at this level right here. So as you can see, it break lower, but suddenly got picked back up, and next thing you got support right here. So that's why this thing is kind of peeking its head up here. The only really momentary resistance that I can find is this high right here, which is 2267.25. So, and other than that, there's nothing really going to stop this. So, um, I'm not sure if there's a news report that's going to come out today. So let's take a look at Forex Factory here. Nothing really. I mean, yeah, you got the crude oil inventory at 9:30 Central Time, and then oh, I guess Trump speaks today, and bond auction and FOMC. So not much. So it's in terms of presidents or presidential election. I just watching the news today, and I guess the CEO of ExxonMobil accepted the nomination as the Secretary of State. So, so if we're pure speculators here, how do you think that's going to impact all sector-related laws? If laws gets passed or new regulations gets passed, what do you think he's going to favor when it comes to those regulations? Do you think he'll go anti-oil or anti-drilling related regulation? The answer is probably not, right? Just because, if you have kind of like a board member in a company, if you have a say into how things should the company run, then I'm pretty sure you probably won't go against the company you're investing on. So that was quite interesting to me, and if that's the case, if they, these guys, top major player having seats, having say on how the company should run, I'm speculating, economy might grow again just because of the fact that from what I can see on television, I mean, I'm not gonna mention what platform that I support, but in terms of speculation and just mathematics, I'm just pure numbers guy. I think there's definitely opportunity for growth here in the next 4 years or so. So, anyways, all right, well, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm tired of talking, so I'm gonna just pause the video. If I find another trade, I'll let you know. Guys, it's getting close to 9 o'clock, so I was really hoping that this thing take a momentum move, and what I mean by momentum, it goes up to here, maybe spend a few minutes and then go right back up. But as you can see, it's kind of the price just comes down, go back up, and starting to slow roll its way down. So uh, being the inventory report today, well, I think what's going to happen here, watch, this thing is going to start moving right when I'm talking. That it might sit around here for a little bit and then wait for 9:30 and then I'll come right back down. So, or either that or it'll shoot up. Um, at which point I really don't want to be in it just because it was a loser yesterday, so I need to be a winner today. Anyways, I guess I'll end it here. I appreciate you guys taking the time watching the video. I hope you're learning from it, and any questions you might have, just let me know. I'm willing to help out whenever whatever I can. Um, in return, if you could press that like button and share the video, subscribe. I'd highly appreciate it. So, anyways, y'all have a good one. Take care. I'll see you on the next video.